Very good morning to all. Please switch on the videos. Good morning. Vishnu, good morning. Yes, switch on the videos. I told you in the previous class, I want to see your faces. Everybody is going to switch on their video. Okay, so what were we discussing in the previous class? Okay, Krishna, I got your message. Okay, tell me, we were discussing about what?
Retail banking.
Retail banking and then
Wholesale banking.
wholesale banking. Okay, so what is retail banking? What is retail banking? I told you the examples of a retail shop and a wholesale shop. Same thing. Retail banking means what?
Now, retail banking services directly offered by the bank.
Directly dealing with the normal public, the banking services provided by the bank to the public. Direct services provided to the public. That is retail banking. Thank you. Very good, Rahul. And next one, wholesale banking. What was that? Yes. Wholesale banking. What was wholesale?
Services directly offered by government.
By the bank to the government. The banking services performed by the bank to government services, pension funds, the corporates, the huge companies. Okay, that is called wholesale banking. Wholesale banking. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the types of accounts. Which are the various types of accounts that a normal person can open with the bank. Okay, the various ways in which we can open accounts in the bank. Okay, the deposit, the accounts that we open, that is the deposits that we can maintain with the bank. Traditionally, we have 4 types of accounts, that is current account, savings bank account, recurring deposits and fixed deposits. Fixed deposits, okay? Current account, savings bank account, recurring deposits and fixed deposits. These are the 4 types of deposits, the accounts that usually we open with the bank. Traditionally, normally these are the 4 types of deposits. So which are the 4 types of deposits? Who will tell me? Akshay, quickly tell me.
Current accounts, saving bank accounts, deposits and fixed deposits.
Recurring deposits and fixed deposits. Okay. And nowadays you can find in the recent times there are more types of accounts available based on the banks, different types of banks they offer. Other than these 4 types, there are other kinds also, okay, which are of recent origin. They are the 2-in-1 deposit, 2-in-1 deposit, smart deposit, power saving deposits, automatic sweep deposits. So traditionally we have 4 and these are the recent origin, okay. So these are the recent ones. 2-in-1 deposit. 2-in-1 deposits are the deposits which has got the characteristics of both fixed deposit and current deposit. We will explain it. First of all, we will see what are the traditional types of accounts. Then we will discuss this. Okay. Then only you will come to know. You will understand this better. So 2 in 1 deposit means the characteristics of both current account and fixed deposit. Smart deposit means it is also a type of deposit where you get higher rate of interest. Power saving deposits, that means when huge amounts are maintained, you get better interest rate, otherwise the normal interest rate, such kind of deposits. Then automatic sweep deposits, that means you will be having a savings account and the bank will be giving you a limit. You will deposit this much amount. If the amount is exceeding that, that will be automatically put as fixed deposit. So that kind of automatic sweep deposit. Okay, they will deposit it. The excess amount will be deposited as fixed deposit. So these kinds of recent origin accounts are also available. Okay, and so traditionally we have 4, that is savings account, current account, recurring deposit, fixed deposit. So we are going to discuss about that in detail now. Now, demand deposits. Demand deposit accounts are current accounts and savings account, whereas recurring deposit and fixed deposit are called time deposits. That means these accounts, these deposits, we can classify into 2: demand deposits and time deposits. Okay, I told you we have 4 types of accounts. 4 types are there. We are classifying it into 2: demand deposits and time deposits. Okay, demand deposits means which is withdrawable by the customer on demand. Whenever he is in need of money, he can withdraw it. You remember the definition of banking: accepting for the purpose of lending and withdrawable on demand. You can withdraw it on demand. Okay, so that is demand deposit. At the same time, what is time deposit? That means there is a definite time period. The customer, the client can only withdraw it after the completion of that tenure. Only after that time period only what? The customer can withdraw his money from that particular account. Clear? So the accounts, we usually classify it into 2: demand deposits and time deposits. Demand deposit includes current accounts and savings account. Time deposit includes recurring deposits, fixed deposit. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us move it in detail. The main products of the retail banking in India. In India, the main retail banking, the accounts are savings account, fixed deposit account, recurring deposit account. These are the most popular deposit accounts available for the individuals. Okay, these accounts, they provide check facility, okay, and have a lot of flexibility for the depositor who may withdraw funds from the accounts. There are many other facilities also offered. So they provide check facility. Then most of the banks have rules for the maximum number of withdrawals in a period. Okay, some banks, they specify certain rules regarding the number of withdrawals. Per day only these many withdrawals can be done, or up to 25,000 only can be withdrawn. Likewise, some rules, there are certain guidelines, and this varies from bank to bank. Not that all the banks follow the same rule, it differs from bank to bank. And however, banks have every right to enforce such restrictions if it is felt that the account is being misused. Okay, if the accounts are not properly handled by the customers, the banks have the right to take decisions, to make restrictions. Then, okay. Next, we will discuss about the savings account. The first one is savings account. Then I will come to this points. Okay. First, let us see what are savings bank account. Savings bank account. It is a normal account that we open. Every one of us is having a savings bank account. The normal account. Okay. You go to bank, you open a savings account. And which are the ways by which we can open this savings account? Savings account can be opened by the following way. By a person in his or her name, by two or more persons in their joint names. You know joint account now? Two or more persons together start an account. Certain non-profit welfare organizations are also permitted to open savings bank account. Yes. Society, corporations, cooperative organization, non-profit welfare organization. Non-profit, their intention is not to make profit. I have told you in the beginning, business, we have two types of business. Profit making business, non-profit making businesses. So, savings bank account can be opened by a person, two or more person, or a non-profit welfare organization. They can also open a savings account. Okay. Now let us understand more about savings bank account. Savings bank account. Savings bank
ma'am,
account. Yes.
can you show me the slide before?
Yes.
Following up.
Yeah. Please. Please tell me once you are finished writing the points.
Ma'am, your videos off.
My videos off. That means there is trouble with the camera. Just a second. Thank you, Pranav.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Let's continue. Let us see what are savings bank account. See, they are interest bearing deposit account. Okay, interest bearing deposit account held at the bank or any other financial institution that provides interest, modest interest rate. It is not either high interest rate or very low. Savings bank account provide us a modest interest rate. Okay, whatever money is there in your savings bank account, you definitely will get a return based on a modest interest rate. So it is an interest bearing deposit account. You will definitely get interest, but not a very high interest rate, modest. Most of the banks in India, see, most of the banks, they give us the interest rate at 4%. Okay, 4% interest rate is provided for the savings bank account. And when annually, in an year, 1 year, for 1 year the interest rate is 4%. Okay, and the peculiarity of the savings account is you get the interest on a daily basis. The interest is calculated daily. You understand? Today, whatever amount is there, it is based on today's amount. I will get interest for today's value. Tomorrow, again, based on another amount. So, the interest is calculated daily. Okay, daily. And I told you this 4% interest rate is annual interest rate. For 1 year, it is 4%. Okay. So, we need to find out what is the interest rate per day. What is the interest rate for per day? Interest is calculated on daily basis, every day. So, the interest rate is 4% divided by 365. How many days are there in a year? In a year, we have 365 days. So 4% annual interest rate divided by 365. That will give you an amount like this. It is something like 0. Anyway, it is 11.011%. Okay. When you calculate this, you get 0.011%. So daily percentage of interest is 0.011. That means today, if suppose in my savings bank account I have 3,000 rupees. 3,000 rupees. So I will get into 0.011 divided by 100. Understand? Today. And again next day on another amount. We are going to see that how the interest is calculated. So you get this. What is a savings bank account? It is a interest bearing account. You get interest, a modest interest rate you receive. Most of the banks in India, they provide 4% interest rate annually. For a 1 year you get 4%. And so what is for 1 day? The interest rate for 1 day is 4 divided by 365, and that is 0.011%. And the next point is, see, I told you the interest is calculated daily basis, but on a particular day, whichever is the lowest value, it is based on that value the interest is calculated. Okay. Suppose morning I had 5,000 rupees. Afternoon I deposited 10,000 rupees. Evening I withdrew again 5,000 rupees I withdrew. Okay. So it is on the lowest balance available on that day that interest is calculated. We will see a problem. You will understand better. I will explain with a problem. Most of the banks credit this interest at end of the quarter. See, even though the interest is calculated on a daily basis, it is added to the account quarterly. Quarterly means after every 3 months. Okay. Let us see a problem now. I will explain this. See, calculation of interest on savings account in the case of fixed amount. Fixed amount, that means I am not withdrawing or depositing anything. A person is having 50,000 in his savings account. Okay, 50,000 is constant. There is no change happening to this. We are not withdrawing, we are not depositing. So there is 50,000 for a long period of time. So per day, 1 day, how much is the interest? 50,000 into 0.011 divided by 100. You understand? 50,000. Every day the balance is 50,000. This person is not making a withdrawal, not making a deposit. So the amount is fixed. 50,000 is fixed. So 1 day he will get 5.5 rupees. This calculation will give you 5.5 rupees. That is for 1 day. Then for that month, how much is it? For 30 days. Month will have 30 days, 31 days, however, how much ever it is. 5.5 into 30. Okay, into 30. So that month he will get 165 rupees. For this 50,000 rupees in his savings account, in that particular month he will get rupees 165. Is the calculation clear? Do you understand? Do you want me to explain again?
Yes, ma'am.
You want me to explain it again?
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you. Yes. See, there is 50,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees in the account. Okay, I told you the banks offer interest rate at 4% per annum. In an year, you will get 4%. But in the savings bank account, they give us interest on a daily basis. So what is the percentage for daily? One day, how much is the percentage of interest that you receive? That is what we found out by 4 divided by 365. Okay, when you do this, you get 0.011%. That part is clear? Yes. So,
Yes.
this is the daily interest rate. Okay, that's done. Now, here in this account, in this particular account, 50,000 is constant. I mean, I am not using that account. No withdrawal, no deposit, nothing. The 50,000 is constant. So, every day what is happening? 50,000 into 0.011 by 100. You will get one day 5.5 rupees. Okay? Again tomorrow, next day, again 5.5 rupees. Next day, again 5.5 rupees. And likewise, in that particular month, if we have 30 days. So, how much? For 30 days, 5.5 into 30 days. That will give you rupees 165 for that month. Yes? Is it clear now? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, this 165, I told you, when will you get it in the account? You will be getting it at the end of the quarter. I mean, this will be compounded quarterly. So, 165 into 3 months, you get 495 rupees. At the end of the quarter, the amount becomes 50,000 into, 50,000 plus 495. So, the amount becomes 50,495 after 3 months. Now, it is on this 50,495, the interest calculation is done from the next day. The next quarter. This is what is called compounding. Compounding means the interest is added to the principal amount, then based on that amount, interest is calculated. This is called compounding. Have you learned simple interest and compound interest in your max younger classes? Yes or no? Yes, I know that. Haven't you learned simple interest, compound interest? Yes or no? Tell me. Yes? Simple interest concept. Let me explain. Simple interest concept means simple interest. Interest can be calculated in two ways. Simple interest, compound interest. Okay. Simple interest concept is that there is a principal amount. Suppose you deposit 100 rupees. Okay. And you have interest at 10% per annum. Let us take it every year. So, after 1 year, you get 100 into 10%, that is 10 rupees. Yes? After 1 year, you get interest 10 rupees and this 100 rupees become 110. Am I right? And again, in the next year, it is based on the principal amount. Principal amount is 100. We deposited 100. That is called principal amount. It is based on this principal amount the interest is calculated. Again, in the next year, you will get the same 10 rupees only as interest. The interest calculation is done based on this. Okay. At the same time, compounded interest means interest upon interest. So, simple interest is clear to you? Yes or no? Why no response? This is the way simple interest is calculated. Now, compound interest means it is based on this 110. Next time we will find 110 on this amount the interest. So, the interest becomes 11. for the next year. First year you get 10 rupees, that is added to the principal amount, and upon that the interest is calculated. Again we get 11 rupees when you solve this. So this is again added to this principal amount. So the amount becomes 121 into 10 by 100. This is the way. So the next time you get 12.1 interest. This is compounding, interest upon interest. So interest is calculated. We have two methods to calculate interest. This is simple interest and compound interest. So here in the previous slide it is said that most of the bank credit this interest at the end of the quarter. Quarter means quarterly, means what? After every 3 months. We have 12 months, 3, 3, 3, 3. So this is 1 quarter, 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter, 4th quarter. We have 4 quarters. Okay, so here the interest is credited. They give the interest at the end of the quarter. Even though interest is calculated daily, they give it at the end of the quarter, and compounding is done. Compounding is done. Do you understand? Are you following? So here I told you 50,000 is fixed. It is fixed over there. No change is happening. Per day, 1 day the interest calculation is 50,000 into 0.011 by 100. So we get for 1 day 5.5 is the interest received for 1 day, 1 day. So for 30 days, how much? 5.5 into 30, that will give you 165 rupees. This is for 1 month, 1 month. And similarly after 3 months, so for 3 months into 3, 495 rupees. So after 3 months, the bank will credit this amount to the bank account, and this balance becomes 50,495. Okay. Now for the next quarter, interest calculation is done on this amount. Is it clear now? Yes or no? Why no response? Krishnanuni, explain. The interest calculation on 50,000.
The interest calculation 50,000, that if we pay 50,000 we'll get interest, and that interest amount will be added to the 50,000 again.
No,
And
okay,
that
that's
amount-
right. Tell me this calculation about 0.11 percentage. What is that 0.11 percentage? 0.011, I'm sorry.
0.011 monthly
Monthly? Aparna, explain. Yes, Aparna, are you there? Rahul, can you explain?
0.11 is interest rate.
Yeah, interest rate. For when? For what? It's okay. We are learning it.
Per day. Per day.
Per day. Okay. Krishnanuni, see, the interest rate is 4% per annum. For 1 year, the interest rate is 4%. Okay. So 1 day is 4 divided by 365. That is this 0.011 percentage. The answer for this 4 divided by 365. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So interest is calculated daily, today, tomorrow, next day. Likewise is the interest calculation now done. That is about the fixed amount. I told you the amount is 50,000 fixed. We are not changing it. Now let us see. I hope it is clear. Now let us see what is happening when there is variations in the amount. We are frequently depositing, we are withdrawing. Okay, so let's see, just see the box. I'll explain. If you don't follow, please let me know. So, first day in the month, there is 50,000 rupees. Okay? Okay, everyone? There is 50,000 rupees. And on 11th day, 11. So, 11th day, I deposited 20,000 rupees. So, for the first 10 days, 1 to 10 days, we have how much? 50,000 rupees. 1 to 10 for 10 days. And on 11th day, 20,000 is given to it. So, at that day, 11th day, what are the various amounts available? I mean, what is the... Just a second. Oh my... eraser. On 11th day, there was 50,000 and 20,000 is deposited. So, on that day, what is the balance? We have 70,000 in the account now. Your savings account, your account, you are having 50,000. And that day, you got your salary and you are depositing 20,000. 20,000 is deposited into that account. So, that day, we have 70,000 in total. Am I right? But I told you interest is calculated daily and it is done on the lowest balance available on that day. Lowest balance. So that day morning there were 50,000 rupees and by evening there is 70,000 rupees. So it is on the lowest balance that you calculate the interest rate. So it is on 50,000, even though there is 70,000 rupees, we will calculate interest on 50,000 rupees itself. 50,000 into 0.011 by 100. Did you get me? Now look on to the table again. First day there were 50,000 rupees. Okay. So one day you get 5.5 rupees. That is okay with you? Everyone clear? One day you will get 5.5 rupees. So total there were 10 days. For 10 days the balance was constant, 50,000 only. So 5.5 into 10 you get 55 rupees for 10 days. So 1 to 10, 10 days the calculation is clear. Are you following? Rose, switch on the video. Nestle, switch on the video please. Okay, now that is about 1 to 10 days. 11th day I told you 20,000 is deposited, but still we have two amounts, balances were shown. Morning 50,000 was there and by evening 70,000 was there. But the interest is calculated on the lowest balance of that particular day. So interest is calculated on 50,000 itself. So on 11th day 50,000 in for one day into 0.011 percentage, that will give you 5.5. Now on 12th day, from 12th day we have 70,000, 50,000 plus 20,000, the balance is 70,000. Nestle, switch on the video. Anish, Rose, Vinay, switch on the video please. Okay. Now, on the next day, on 21st day, okay, 12th day we have 70,000. Then comes on the 21st day. That means there was a period of 9 days there. Let it be there. On 21st day, 30,000 is withdrawn. Out of the 70, 30,000 is withdrawn. Okay. So, it is happening on 21st day. So, for a period of 9 days, we have 70,000 itself in the account. 70,000 itself. So, we will find out per day as 70,000. One day how much it will be, the interest? One day how much is the interest now? Akshay, tell me. We have the balance. Yes.
1 day 0.11.
Yes, the percentage is 0.11 percentage. So, 70,000. Now, 70,000 is the balance. 70,000 into 0.011 divided by 100. Okay. When you do this, you get 1 day interest. And we have 9 days. 9 days the balance was 70,000 itself. 70,000 itself. Okay. Now for a period of 9 days there is 70,000 itself. So we get 69. When you do this calculation you get 69.3 as interest for a period of 9 days. Now I told you on 21st day again there is a withdrawal of 30,000. 70,000 was there. We are withdrawing 30,000. Withdrawing 30,000. So what is the balance? 40,000 is the balance. So on that particular day, morning there was 70,000. After the withdrawal, evening we have 40,000. On which amount is the interest calculated?
40,000.
40,000. You get the idea? So, whatever is the lowest balance available on that particular day, it is on that day, that amount, the interest is calculated. Don't worry about these calculations. It is just to make you understand how the interest calculations are done in the savings bank account. Clear? So, just keep in mind, most of the banks provide us the interest rate 4% per annum for a year. It is 4%. So, interest calculation is done daily basis, on a daily basis. So, 4% for 1 day it becomes 0.011%. And the interest will be calculated on the lowest available balance. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Nestle? Are you clear with the idea? No? I can't hear you. Anish?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that is about savings bank account. I think it's time. We'll stop with this. We'll continue in the next session. Okay? See you in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.